This episode will be on the gifted child trope. You all know the trope when you see it.
I see dead people.
It's everywhere. Whenever there's a story where the children are miraculously talented and more intelligent than the adults.
Yesterday, he was just a kid. But tonight, he's a home security system.
You guys give up?
Now, this trope isn't inherently a bad one. It's an important lesson for adults to learn that children have things to say, that we should be open to listening and understanding them. Often children can have a great deal more empathy and innocence than we have, and we can learn from their innocence to create a more empathetic world for the children of the future. And yet, I have a big problem with this trope. Often this dramatized version of the trope is taken too far, to the point where understanding these children becomes absolute equality with its adult characters. And let's be honest, children do not equal adults, though their hyper-intellectual presence in media might suggest otherwise. This is what I find harmful. To create a scenario where children are just as competent as adults and just as emotionally mature as adults creates a narrative that is only a few steps removed from a pedophilic one.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Let me explain. I'd like to use the film Birth from 2004 to show an example of how this trope is used harmfully, but then subverted within the story in order to highlight exactly why this trope is harmful. Birth is a story about a grieving wife, played by Nicole Kidman, who is about to remarry years after the death of her husband. But out of nowhere, a child comes up to her and explains how he's actually her deceased husband reincarnated into the body of a child. Throughout the course of the movie, the child proves time and time again that he knows everything that her husband knew. That beyond a shadow of a doubt, he is her husband. If not physically, then mentally. That's when we get scenes like this.
You ever made love to a girl?
And ones like this. The film so easily could have taken the more satisfying route, to have Kidman's character escape from her loveless marriage and to reunite with the man she loves. Maybe not man, but boy soon to become man. That she could wait until he became older, right? Or why wait too long? After all, boys are different than girls. They're always horny and therefore always consenting, right?
That makes sense to me.
Wrong and wrong. Children are not consenting. It doesn't matter if he is the reincarnated version of her husband or not, especially because things like that do not occur in reality. So to have a world where this occurs is a world that endorses grooming and pedophilia. Now here's where Birth does the trope right. In the third act of the film, it is revealed that the kid is not actually her husband, that he has been lying to her the entire time, that he stole letters from her deceased husband and memorized them to trick her, that the major reason she believed him at all was because she was still in mourning, that her loveless marriage with her soon-to-be new husband seemed like misery, that she projected a lot of her feelings onto this boy, and that if she did go through with her sexual advances toward the boy, she would have become a pedophile. Why this works so well for the film is because it deconstructs the gifted child trope, that it doesn't matter what the kids are saying or how smart or emotionally intelligent these kids may seem, they are still children, and as such we must treat them as children. Oh brother, this is a whole nother discussion for another video, but I'll touch on it here. Nowhere is the trope more harmful than in anime, where children are more often than not made to seem like adults both mentally and physically. This again comes from a place of conflating the difference between adults and children. Not from a place of cultural difference, as many of its defenders might say. It's important to recognize how this trope functions and how it is often interpreted. That pedophilic tendencies are far more common than one might assume, and that making media that endorses these tendencies only serves to perpetuate them. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more of my thoughts on this trope within anime, then that'll be available for free in the description below. And if you want to see a video on it or on another movie, then please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out a lot. This has been Sessions on Cinema, and thank you for watching.